Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
It is Wednesday morning. How is everyone's week progressing? That good. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Thank you for sharing. You guys are all so insightful. Do I need to wait 3 more minutes till you guys wake up or what?
Week's going pretty good.
Just pretty good?
Lining up to close 2, one on March 1st and one on March 2nd. And then I've got signings and inspections on Friday because of my new one that I got under contract.
Nice. Look at you. Come to KW, start finding business. Isn't it weird how that works?
Yep.
Look at Jacob already at the office, looking sharp. We got sunshine this morning and sunshine this morning. There's a little play on words. Everyone welcome Sunshine, our new agent. She's
Hi,
awesome.
Sunshine.
Hello. Don't judge her. Leave us alone. Us redheads. Miss Sarah, she's a U of A reject fan. Ha! She doesn't like U of A. No, we don't like her.
Don't care. I love that you love this, though. I just genuinely don't care.
I don't either, but it's a fun connection to make you laugh. It's all right. If I cared about football, I would still play it. It is Wednesday, and what is Wednesday, everyone?
Pick your number.
Woo! It's What's Your Number Wednesday. It's a game show about scripting that keeps you on the spot. You don't know what you're going to get. Plus, we've been practicing for weeks now, so you probably should know what you're saying. Game show that everyone wins. I should be a game show host. I'd be good at it. Letha, you're good to go first because you were the thumbs up. What's your number?
13.
Ooh, lucky number 13. I don't want a sign in front of my house. You can sell it, but you can't put a sign in my yard.
Did this. Oh my gosh, I did this with my client in Mammoth. So her thing is she was living there. She didn't want people knocking on her door. So I got a sign in front of her house though.
That's interesting, Letha, but I don't want a sign in front of my house.
Well, you see, Dan, a sign in front of your house helps promote your house, let your neighbors know that your house is for sale, because they might not see the advertisements on the MLS, and they might see that and decide, hey, that's a perfect place for grandma or cousin Jim. And I would like to know, first of all, your motivation for not wanting a sign in front of your house.
I just don't want people knocking on my door.
Right, I understand that. And there's a phone number on there that encourages them to call me. And seldom have I've never had anybody actually go up and knock on the door. And if they do, you just tell them, call the number on the sign. And what it does is if I send clients to drive by and look at your house, it also makes it dominantly obvious that that's the house we're talking about. It really helps promote your home and helps sell your home.
Okay. Where's the close?
So do you agree that it would be a benefit for advertising your home? Can we go ahead and put that sign up there?
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, don't forget to go through the crows and stuff. So one of the big things we can do on that is remind them of what we're doing.
Right.
You know, we want to make sure that we have all the opportunity for you to get the highest and best deal. Now, Miss Teresa, Miss Letha, I completely understand not wanting to have the sign in your front yard. It sounds like that would be a hassle. Am I correct?
That is correct.
And my job is to make sure we sell your house for the most amount of money in the least amount of time, the least amount of hassle. And that sounds like it'd be a pretty big hassle for you. Now, I'm not concerned about getting an offer for your house in this market, as the market is pretty hot. However, we don't want it to be stigmatized by the fact that there's no sign out there, and we don't want to miss out on the opportunity for someone who may not have seen it online to put in a higher or better offer. You know, we may lose out some money by not being able to market ourselves fully. And that being said, Ms. Letha, would you allow the market to pay for the inconvenience of having that sign in the front yard by potentially bringing you more money?
Well, my problem is I work from home and I don't want somebody knocking at my door and interrupting my work.
I completely understand that. I can actually put a sign writer on it that says "Do not disturb tenants." That way that there is little to no chance that you'll ever be disturbed while you're working from home without any kind of prior authorization or appointment that they set up through calling the sign first.
Oh, that I didn't realize you could do that. So I guess that makes sense. So
Awesome, Ms. Letha. Well, let's get this thing signed up. Let's get the house sold, and we'll get you next chapter, okay?
all righty, thank you.
So, see the difference?
Yeah, I need to get one of those do not bother tenant signs to attach to my sign.
Yep, you can get them down at TAR.
Yeah, I know, I've seen them there.
All right, Letha, who's our next contestant?
Let's pick on Jacob, him sitting over there looking all cool today.
All right, Mr. Jacob.
Uh,
Hold on a second, Jacob. I got to randomize some things.
okay.
So you may be able to pick 13 again. I don't know. Go ahead.
Let's do 28.
28. You know what, Jacob? I appreciate it. I've seen the market going up right now. I'm going to sell my house when the values go up even more. There'll probably be more in 3 or 4 months from now, and we're going to sell it when the values go up.
Well, Mr. Big Dan, I can't guarantee that the house prices will go up. They could go up, but how the market's looking right now, it looks like they're going to go back down with the new COVID and the new COVID shot and everything. Everyone's starting to not want to move anymore because they're not stuck in their home anymore. So I think the prices of homes are going to go back down, but I can't guarantee that either. So what makes you think that, where could I go with this? What makes you say that the prices will go up?
No, everything's gone up lately, and I can see that the inventory's there. And my neighbor said that he thinks that the market's going to continue to go up, and I trust him. He's a smart man.
Okay. So how would you feel if the prices do go down and you decide to sell your house then, and you end up losing money because you didn't want to sell when the prices are at an all-time high like they are right now?
That would suck.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That would suck.
So why don't we get together and go over the paperwork and get your home listed when the prices are at a high right now?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Let's
Nicely
get
done.
together.
Nicely done. Any feedback from the group? Awesome. Well, Jacob, who's the next contestant? Even if the
let's
cameras
do,
are off, I don't care. Pick them.
Let's do Robin.
Robin. She might.
I'm okay. Hi.
Okay, Miss Robin, what's your number?
Number 7.
Number 7. Robin, I understand you want to do an open house. We just don't feel comfortable. Is it even possible to do an open house in a COVID-friendly manner?
I understand you're concerned about us doing an open house. We certainly want to be careful with COVID, but absolutely, there are lots of measures we can do to protect your home and you. We have booties, and we will require everyone to wear masks. We're going to have everyone sign in so we know who's entering your home. I'm going to disinfect everything after. Going to make sure that there's nothing for you to worry about when we have this open house. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Excellent. Well, I will get everything planned, get stocked up on booties. Thank you.
Absolutely. What other things can we do in the COVID-friendly open house?
Hand sanitizer? limit the number of people. I was at one that was a madhouse, and there was no restrictions or regulations. People barely were wearing masks, and there was nothing. I mean, but you can control that by controlling the number of people that come into the house at one time.
Okay. How else?
You know, for me, I was going to say, and I kind of just realized this, it's a way of life anymore. Anything that we do has COVID in mind. So I think for me, it would be something as simple. That's not even a worry anymore. We take that into consideration. A, we don't want to offend any potential buyer. And B, we just want to make sure we keep everybody safe, because that's just essentially the norm. And did you know it's a law now? It's a $50 fine. If like you go into a grocery store, it's a $50 civil fine and then $500 fine on the store. I saw.
Let them try. Let them try.
Anyway, I know. I know I'm totally going off script. But anyway,
what other things can we do?
Yeah.
You're right. It's definitely become a point of our every day. But what else can we do? What are we doing right now?
Zoom.
Virtual.
Remote access. That is the ultimate COVID friendly, right? So if you got somebody that's super worried about selling a house or super worried about any of those aspects, can we not peel back the physical, issue that could be exposure? 100%. We can peel back exposure 100%. And if I could say that, go ahead.
As a rebut to this, I've asked like my audience, what they think about this, and everybody prefers in person. So for me, at least, virtual, when it comes to seeing a house, it just doesn't do it justice. You got to go to it. So that's the rebut.
Well, Sarah, unfortunately, the rest of the nation doesn't operate by common sense like us, unfortunately. And there are people out there that do have genuine, legitimate concerns about COVID and it killing them. Those people probably shouldn't leave the house anyways, but sometimes you got to sell your house. I'm not going to put my political beliefs on anything, but you guys know where I stand. Protect the public. And if your seller doesn't want people trumping through their house, you have to honor that. We don't want to put a roadblock up between us and helping a client get to their next chapter. So remember the remote access aspect. Rare, but they're there.
I got a townhouse under contract and the buyer didn't live in Tucson, but it could also, you could do the same thing for someone who was worried about COVID. And I went and did the FaceTime tour and took them through virtually, and they were comfortable enough that they wrote an offer.
Yeah. Which is fine. We're seeing a lot more of those remote purchases out there, and they're becoming more prevalent because of people all over the nation that don't have time to fly out here to look at something. But Sarah, I'm with Sarah. I bought the truck that I have now sight unseen. Only reason I did that is because I sold them for 15 years and I know exactly what they are. I just happened to pick the right color, the right options. I knew what it was going to be when it got here. I wasn't worried about it. But anything other than that, I'm going to test drive it. I'm going to smell it. I'm going to sniff it. I'm going to lick the counters. I'm going to make sure I really like it. Otherwise, I'm not buying it. So even in my house, I bought my house and the guy smoked in it for 20 years. I walked in with a hazmat suit on. I could still smell it. The pictures didn't do it justice.
I actually sold a house virtually before COVID because the people were in the military and getting ready to come out of the military and wanted a house to come out to.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that. So remote access things, guys, keep it in the back of your head. All right, great job, Miss Robin. Who's next?
I would like to hear Cindy.
Ooh, Miss Cindy. All right, come on, Miss Cindy. What's your number?
Let's do 22.
22. Oh, this should be easy for you, Miss Cindy. As a buyer, I love the house we just looked at. You're right. It is everything we're looking for. I absolutely hate the kitchen. I hate the way it looks. I can't stand the color of those cabinets.
So is it just the cabinets that you're not liking?
Yeah, it's just ugly.
It's just ugly. Okay.
It's just
Well,
dog ugly.
The thing about the house is that those cabinets can actually be replaced. They can be repainted. You can actually make it your own. So other than the cabinets, what's holding you back on making an offer on this home? Would you rather sleep in it or not? Have somebody else sleep in this house?
So many questions to answer.
Sorry.
Yes.
You'd rather sleep in it than have somebody else sleep in the house, right?
I want to sleep. It's my. I want the house. It's my house, but it's got a god ugly kitchen.
And I hear you. You know, I get you. But you know, when with these cabinets, Dan, I know some people that can actually can give you a quote and see if we can make these cabinets just as beautiful as you want them to be.
I don't have the money to put brand new cabinets in.
You don't have the money?
Yeah, I don't have the money to put brand new cabinets in.
Well, how about if we just take some paint and maybe just paint the cabinets then if you can't redo the cabinets?
Doesn't that look trashy?
Not if it's done really well. I mean, if you get your 5-year-old to do it, possibly it'll look trashy.
Well, cheap labor is good though.
It's up to you, Dan. Other than that, other than the cabinets though, doesn't the rest of the house just fit all of your check boxes?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you rather, again, be sleeping in this house, or would you have somebody else that's coming in after you sleep in this house because they will forego those cabinets?
I don't know. I'd like to live in it.
All right, well, then let's go ahead and put in an offer and make sure you live in it in about 30 days.
Okay.
And I'll make sure to, you know what I'll do, Dan? I'll see if I can find somebody that can totally help you out on those cabinets and it won't cost you too much out of your pocket. Let's get some quotes.
Good job. Good job. You can tell Cindy's annoyed because she's all, you're an idiot, just buy the house. So, yeah. Any feedback, guys? Are clients out there going to choose not to buy a house that would be otherwise perfect for them for some small cosmetic issue?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Right. I'm really glad that Heather overlooks cosmetic issues. Just saying. Relationships wouldn't happen on this side. Sarah got the joke. She laughed. She shook her head at me in disappointment. But when you're talking about things like that, isolate it, overcome the isolation. So, hey, Miss Cindy, other than the kitchen, is there anything keeping you from buying this house? Anything else, right? Anything else? No, isolate it. Great. What is it about the kitchen that you don't like? Well, I hate the color. Great. It's actually relatively easy to change the color of a kitchen, and you don't even have to replace the cabinets. There's very high-end finishes that you can do relatively inexpensive, even for a weekend project if you feel like tackling it yourself, or I can find you a professional to do it, and you'd be surprised how relatively inexpensive it is to put your own touch on the house, make it look exactly like you want, and now your dream home is just that much better. Let's get you into this house so you guys can live in it in the next 30 days instead of someone else coming and stealing it from you. Or you can even ask the question, what happens when tomorrow you find out that the guy that looked at it last week put an offer in and now it's under contract and you don't have the opportunity? How are you going to feel then? Jennifer, you were muting and unmuting a bunch of times.
I'm not even touching my phone. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. I just thought, because when someone unmutes, I think they want to talk and I get excited. And she unmuted like 5 times and then her phone fell. So.
My phone is going crazy. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not me. It's my phone.
Yeah. But I love how Cindy brought up the fact that she will find someone to do it for him. It's not that hard. You know, simplify it. Reduce it to the ridiculous. Great job, Miss Cindy. Who's next? Who is next? Pick him, Cindy. Pick him.
Whoops. Sorry. Who hasn't gone? I'm sorry. Got on a few minutes later.
It's okay. I'll tell you if he got or not.
Let's pick Stormy.
He hasn't gone yet. Stormy hasn't gone yet.
Yay.
Stormy.
I'm ready.
Let's do this. What's your number, Mr. Stormy?
Number 7.
Ooh, number 7's been taken, brother. Oof.
Number 11.
Number 11 for sale by owner. Stormy, I appreciate you. I think you're a great guy. I'm just not going to use a realtor. I've had a terrible experience the last time I tried to have one sell my house, and I'm just going to do it on my own.
I could appreciate your concern, Dan, but what is your ultimate goal in selling your home?
Well, we want to sell it. We're trying to move back to Montana to be closer to my wife's mom, and so the kids have a relationship with her.
Yeah, well, so see, that makes sense. So in order to get there, you got to sell your house. So there is no better time to sell it, being that you can get the most money you ever possibly could in, 10, 15 years, right? So right now you're looking at a lot of equity, um, and your house will sell quick. So, I mean, are you looking to move later or sooner?
Sooner. That's why I said we definitely know the market's hot and we have tons of equity in the home and we know it's going to sell quick. So we're just going to sell it ourselves.
So then I can tell you, I forgot you were for sale by owner. My bad. So yeah. So
I remind you.
So Dan, about that. Okay. So can you mute that, dog? Sorry. So about that, Dan, when you use a real estate agent, you tend to get 8 to 10% more for your home. And I mean, it's about making money, right?
Yes, sir.
So do I need to keep going, or would you want to make 8 to 10% more for, money?
Yeah, definitely want to make more money, man. The more we can make, the better we off moving and getting a new house in Montana.
So in order to make more money, you would have to use me to sell your home. And on top of that, Dan, not only would you get more money by using me, but you would have a lot less to do. So part of selling your home is answering phone calls, setting appointments to, for people to come view your home. And when you use me, you have a lockbox for that. You have a list of people who've seen the home, when they seen the home, who they were, who they brought. So there's a lot of good reasons for using an agent other, than just making 8 to 10% more money. So what do you say, Dan? I could also show you my past reviews for the last 10 homes we sold. You'll see good reviews, and I believe you'd have a good experience with me. So let's get your house sold.
Awesome. I saw a lot of head nods. You guys like that? Some good stuff in there, huh? Stormy, can I give you a line to use?
Yeah, I fumbled a lot in that, man. I was all over the place.
This is why we want to practice these things. Like in this situation, Stormy. Now, Mr. Seller, I completely understand you want to sell your house on your own. You've had a bad experience with agents before. Tell me more about it. Uncover that. Tell me more. And then after you get the spiel going, did you know that on average, when people sell their house on their own, they're losing between 8 and 10% on market where they could utilize using a realtor to make more money. Wouldn't it make sense to you hiring a professional like me to sell your home and help you net more money? To get the agreement because you're walking the line. Great. Working together sounds like it's a win-win. Let me sell your house for more money, less hassle, and quicker amount of time, and get you guys on to the next chapter of your life. Sign right here. So the good line is, wouldn't it make sense to hire a professional like me? Again, it's conveyance of trust, a professional like me to sell your home for more so that you can take away more money quicker, easier, right? Quicker, easier, faster. Everyone's looking for that, the magic pill in life. We have to be the magic pill. So great job in that, Stormy. I just want to fine tune the way you say it. So
thank you.
Wouldn't it be ideal? Wouldn't it be a good idea? Wouldn't it work best for you? Wouldn't it be in your favor? All of these things can look out to hire a professional like me to sell your home, get you more money, and get you on to your next chapter faster. Great. Sign right here. All right, Stormy, who's next?
I choose. I won't do that to you, Jacob. You want to go?
Jacob went first.
Okay. I choose.
Second. So
I'll choose Samantha. Let's see what Samantha's
Ooh,
working.
no, you knew that was coming, girl.
I know. I thought we were friends. No, I'm kidding.
All right, Miss Samantha, what's your number?
18.
Ooh, 18. Hey, Samantha, I appreciate you coming by and telling us that our house is worth $330. I talked to Stormy the other day, and he said he can get us more for our house.
Interesting. And what kind of evidence did he provide that would support getting that higher number?
Well, he just, talking to him on the phone, he said he could get us more money. We told him we wanted to sell it on our own, and he said that we could get more money selling it through him. And he said that, the number he gave me was higher than yours, and he said he'd get me more.
Absolutely. Well, let's be clear. In this market, the number that I gave you is a starting place. Quite frankly, we don't know what we can get because the open market is just so strong right now. But my suggestion is to price it correctly for a couple of reasons. It's going to get us way more traffic into the home. People that are searching between that 330 and 350 are going to see your home versus people that are searching at a higher price point. So we're just going to get a lot more exposure, number one. And number two, it's so important to price it appropriately, because what we don't want in this market is for it to sit, which can happen even in a strong market like the one that we have. So that is my number. Keep in mind, it's a starting place. And I think we can get it fine and let the market tell us really how high we can go. Does that sound like a plan?
Yes. You see, we do that all the time. We just kind of end the statement and we don't go for the next, what happens next? What's the next step?
Right.
So everybody together, it sounds like working together would be a win-win situation. All right, say it.
It sounds like working together would be a win-win situation.
Would you like me to sell your house for you?
Would you like me to sell your house?
House for you. Sorry.
Okay. When in doubt, go to that. It sounds like moving into this house would be a win-win situation. Would you like to buy this home? Sounds like working together would be a win-win situation. Would you like me to sell this house for you? It sounds like a win-win situation. Would you like to go to lunch? Like, you can set it up for anything. So remember to always get the next step. All right, Miss Samantha, speaking of next steps, who's our last contestant?
All right, I'm going with Sunshine.
Oh, you ready? Oof. Usually we're nice to the newcomers, but I don't think so today.
Nah, just get that practice in.
All right, Sunshine, we're going to get you, just pick a random number between 1 and 42.
Let's go with 30.
Number 30. Ooh, we've even had this call already, kind of. Sunshine, I appreciate you stopping by. Right now, the market's just so hot, I'm going to sell it on my own.
I already did that one.
I know, that's why I said it's easy. It should be easy.
Oh.
They're technically two different objections, but.
True. Say it again, because my brain just like paused.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by and giving us your presentation. And after all that, it really sounds like the market's hot enough. We're just going to sell it on our own.
Well, wouldn't it make sense to have a professional sell your home and get you 8 to 10% more and save you the hassle and get you more exposure?
Yeah.
All right, great. Let's list your house.
Simple. All right. There we go. But I can object to that. Okay, well, you know, how are you going to give me 8 to 10% more?
We have much better marketing resources than you have on your own. So we can get more exposure and generate more interest.
Okay. So it sounds like it'd be a win-win situation to work together.
It does. Would you like me to list your house now?
Okay.
Why don't you sign right here?
That's good. Because oftentimes we don't need to do long, elaborate things. Sometimes it's just a smoke screen. I love that. She went straight for the close. She's like, would you like to make 8 to 10% more on your house? Yeah, then hire me. Let's go.
Let's not waste time.
Not waste time. And sometimes that works. You know, one of my favorite listing closes was I walked in the door and said, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, thank you so much for taking some time to meet with me. Do you want to get the paperwork knocked out or do you want to show me the house first? And the husband's all, let's just sign it up. We'll show you around. Do you want a beer? Well, sir, I don't want to offend you, but I don't drink. He's all, well, fair enough. How about a soda? Yes, sir, I'll take one. But that was it. They didn't even show me around the house. Oftentimes, it's just the presence we bring in a call. So practice on your scripts. If you got something you're hung up on or you're triggering on, you don't seem to be walking through it, let's bring it to a call so that we can constantly do it. You guys should be able to rattle off the same things and the same energy and the same flow that I do. The only difference between me and you is just a few years of practice. And I didn't practice every day, and I didn't practice every month. Hell, I practice in the middle of a conversation, which is the worst time to practice. But I assure you, the more that you sweat during peace, the less you bleed during war. You guys saw my Facebook post about that. That means the better prepared you are, the less you have to fight. The more prepared you are now, the more you practice now, the better you participate in these classes and these calls, and you really ingrain these things in your day-to-day, the more natural they become in your work ethic, in your career, out in the wild, as I say it. So take time and practice. If you don't have a one-on-one script partner, find one. If you have a dog that uses a squeaky toe in the background, take it from him. That's super important. Scripts and role play is one of the 5 things that you do as a real estate agent every day, right? Lead generate, set appointments, go on appointments, negotiate contracts, and scripts and role play.
A footnote to that too. I think there's some proof in the pudding in participating in these morning calls. I showed Dan a written version of a pitch for a client of mine that is a $1 million listing as to why I should be the real estate agent. How many words and phrases in that letter yesterday, Dan, were from this call?
Every paragraph.
It was, yeah. I found it easy to write that, drawing upon what I've practiced and heard and gone through on these phone calls in the morning. So yeah, that's the thing. Doing it like this, hearing this thing, and when you get on the spot, you've participated in these calls, suddenly these things that make sense that come out in the conversation become available to you in your mind. It's amazing every time I've talked to a client, how many bits and pieces of these phone calls I've pulled out and used in those conversations.
And I'm happy to say that I've seen you guys out there in the wild. I've seen you communicate with one another, and I can see that this stuff resonates. You want it to resonate faster and go further? Practice it. Write it out. Write the script out. Listen to the videos. Go to the YouTube page. I upload them almost right after the class, so they're all up there. You can see them, and I've been labeling to which class they were about. And go find the objections that you need to work on. If you're in PC, you've got the resource drive with all the PC scripts in there. Thousands of scripts that I've been collecting and getting from everybody, just putting them in there so you have the resources. Everyone wants to be a doctor when they're kids, right? Because they look up at doctors as being the top, the best, the heat, right? Everyone else, as a kid, I want to be a doctor. Know somebody want to be a doctor? You know what doctors give out? Scripts. You're welcome. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, all partners meeting today at 9 o'clock, I believe. I don't know if this is the stats one. Links at 1kwsa.com. Also, at 3 or 3:30, there is the award ceremony. So jump on it, engage. It'll be a pretty fun times. I think that's today. So check 1KWSA for links. That's the number 1, kwsa.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great morning.